you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back for another episode. Today we are finally going to be converting the CRX to true hydro. As you guys can tell, I still have the cable there. It's ran down to this innovative, if you guys can see it, it's an innovative cable to hydro conversion. And I just want to go ahead and eliminate that link. I've really had nothing but issues since I put it in. You tighten the cable too much, it'll slip right off. You don't tighten it enough, it won't go into gear. So it's really been nothing but a pain. So today we're going to eliminate that and just make the car fully hydro. Let me show you some of the parts that I just got. So here are the parts that I ordered. You can see this bracket here is going to actually bolt straight to the pedal assembly itself. And then we got our master cylinder right here. And then I went ahead and picked up a nice clutch line as well. Also, there'll be a reservoir that'll plug in right here. And then I'll run it into the engine bay and probably bolt it right there. So what I got to do now is go ahead and get the pedal assembly out. So let's get to it. First thing you're going to want to go ahead and do is remove this cover piece. It's just a fuse cover panel. It goes literally right under the steering wheel. Then, got that out of the way, you're going to see here you have a fuse block. So right here, there's a 10mm bolt right there in the corner. And then there's another one on the other side. Go ahead and get those two bolts out. Sweet. Now that I dropped that down, you can see you have a lot more room there to work. So now I'm going to go ahead and work on getting the pedal assembly out itself. You can see there's a few bolts there. There's one in the corner. I know there's one up top. And then I'm pretty sure you got to remove the bolts right there for the brake master cylinder. So go ahead and get all those bolts out and get this pedal out. So first thing we're going to do to the pedal assembly is drill this little hole out here just a little bit more. You notice the bolt that comes with the kit is just a tad bit too big. So I'm just going to drill that hole out just a little bit more. That way it slides all the way through. Just so you guys get an idea of how it's going to look on the car, it'll be facing just like this. So you can see it from the front of the pedals. This will be facing toward you, so the back side of the master cylinder will be facing directly towards you. So this bolt right here, we're going to remove this one in a minute. This is for the brake lever. It's going to bolt here, and then this one over here is going to keep it in place. So I'm going to go ahead and get that drilled out real fast. Perfect. Now that that is drilled out, we're going to go ahead and remove this bolt here that holds the brake lever in place. All right, now that that bolt is off, we can go ahead and get the bracket put in place. And it is finished. Literally, it's just those two bolts over there, and then just bolting this down to the pedal. You can use a clevis pen if you'd like. I just happen to use a bolt and a screw, and it holds right in place. And it looks really good. Looks kind of like it's almost supposed to be that way. But I stopped recording for like 2 hours, and I went ahead and picked up this really cool workbench. This toolbox here actually like pulls out and moves around, so if I got to work on somebody else's car on the other side of the shop, I can, and I can just, you know, pull my tools with me. So super happy about this. But anyways, let's go ahead and get the pedal back into the car. The first thing you're going to want to do is make sure you attach your hoses, because once you're down there, you literally have no room to work at all. So got all those attached and tightened, and then I'm actually going to run these lines straight through where the cable came. So I just pulled the cable out, and you can see there's this hole there. So I'm just going to run everything straight through there, bolt it right there, and then run it straight down to the slave. So I put the camera down for a few minutes, and I ended up pulling out the dashboard because I realized once I got this up in place, the master cylinder, it hit right on this duct here for the blower motor. So pulled the dash out. Going to move some things out of the way so we can get all this out. Unfortunately, you do have to compromise, you know, air blowing if you want to put this in a CRX or an EF, so let me get that out real fast. Alright, so I just went ahead and bled all the air out of the clutch, and I realized that that bracket was moving way too much. I remember the old version of the bracket where it was just the L shape. They're having a lot of issues with it doing that, bending back and forth, but they put that bar in the middle to reinforce it, and that was supposed to take care of it. But it's still flexing way too much. So what I did is I actually used a hanger from a commercial air conditioner. This is to, you know, hang an air conditioner up like on a rafter or something like that, so it can hang in the air. And I just went ahead and cut it down and literally just screwed it in all the way so it's touching that bracket. Now there's no movement, and it's working good. You can actually get all the parts that I'm using here to make this bracket here at Home Depot if you want. I know it looks kind of weird, but it's literally sitting behind the dash, so nobody's gonna see it. I didn't want to weld anything to it, anything that I couldn't remove if I ever wanted to change the setup. So this is gonna work good. I already pulled on it, tightened everything down, and it's holding really good. So I'm glad I was able to improvise and use something for pretty cheap. But honestly, if you guys want my honest opinion, I would just go ahead and order the Hush Performance one. That one is really reinforced. I know it uses the brake lever, and I think it also uses another point as well, so that way there's no chance of it bending. But I'm gonna go ahead and call the video there and go ahead and get the dashboard put in, go ahead and do some burnouts. I want to let you guys know that I went ahead and ordered the ARP head studs for the single cam build, so that should be here in a few days, and I'll do the final assembly of that motor and get it going. I'm going to leave the CRX all motor for a little bit, just have fun with it while I'm, you know, turboing the 4-door. So thank you again for watching. Go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
If you don't got no sauce, then you're lost. But you can also get lost in the sauce.